Welcome YouTube to Complete Lifestyles, where we focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Nobody's perfect, but we can all strive to become complete as individuals. So, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you all are enjoying time with the family. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel, share the video. Let's get into it. Today's video, Conor McGregor must pay $250K to the woman who says he raped her. Civil jury rules. A woman who claimed mixed martial arts fighter Conor McGregor brutally raped and battered her in Dublin hotel penthouse was awarded nearly €250,000 on Friday by a civil court jury in Ireland. Nikita Hand said the December 9th, 2018 assault after a night partying left her heavily bruised and suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. McGregor testified that he never forced the woman to do anything against her will and said she fabricated the allegations after the two had consensual sex. His lawyer had called Hand a gold digger. The fighter once faced the Ultimate Fighting Championship, but now past his prime, shook his head as the jury of 8 women and 4 men found him liable for assault after deliberating about 6 hours in the High Court in Dublin. He was mobbed by cameras as he left court, but did not comment. He later said on social platform X that he would appeal the verdict and the modest award. So, as we get further into it, what I'm basically going to do is read basically what happened with that case and then the aftermath of what happened with Conor McGregor in that case. So, Hand's voice cracked and her hands trembled as she read a statement outside the courthouse saying she would never forget what happened to her, but would now be able to move on with her life. She thanked her family, partner, friends, juror, and judge, and all the supporters that had reached out to her online, but particularly her daughter. So, with these cases, I never know why somebody chooses to basically, if you're saying somebody raped you or sexually assaulted you, why would you take them to civil court versus criminal court to try to get them in jail? Obviously, there's more money normally involved with civil. So, but I mean, then that said, that leads to what somebody could say about, oh, they're only in it for the money, you know. So I've always questioned why somebody does one over the other. But let me continue. She has given me so much strength and courage. Miss Hand is talking about her daughter. Over the last 6 years, throughout the nightmare, to keep on pushing forward for justice, she said. I want to show her and every other girl and boy that you can stand up for yourself. If something happens to you, no matter who the person is, justice will be served. The Associated Press generally does not name alleged victims of sexual violence unless they come forward publicly, as Hand has done. Under Irish law, she did not have the anonymity she would have been granted in the criminal proceeding and was named publicly throughout the trial. Her lawyers told jurors that McGregor was very angry about a fight he had lost in Las Vegas 2 months earlier and took it out on his client. He's not a man, he's a coward, her attorney John Gordon said in his closing speech. A devious coward, and you should treat him for what he is. Now, a lot of people outside of the actual boxing community in themselves, they've said that Conor basically changed once he fought McGregor because he made so much money. But here's the thing about when you make money, it only amplifies who you already are. So taking him aside, if you're a good person, when you get money, you become a great person because you are able to do more good things than you were able to do when you didn't have money. Same thing as if somebody is an asshole and they get a lot of money. All they do is become a bigger asshole. So that is the thing about money. Now, a lot of people say, he's not going to train this hard. He's not going, and technically, I mean, basically, he hasn't had the same love for it because it's hard to get up and go when you've made 100 million, unless you are just that kind of athlete. That's why most people respect Floyd because he still trained. He still was dedicated even after he was making that money on the repeated basis. Gordon said his client never pretended to be a saint and was only looking to have fun when she sent McGregor a message through Instagram after attending a Christmas party. He said Han knew McGregor socially and that they had grown up in the same area. She said he picked her and a friend up in a car and shared cocaine with her, which McGregor admitted on court on the way to the Beacon Hotel. Han said she told McGregor she didn't want to have sex with him and that she was menstruating. She said she told him no as he started kissing her, but he eventually pinned her to the bed and she couldn't move. McGregor put her in a chokehold and later told her, "Now you know how I felt in the octagon where I tapped out 3 times," referring to a UFC match when he had to admit defeat, she said. Han had to take several breaks in emotional testimony over the 3 days. She said McGregor threatened to kill her during the encounter and she feared she would never see her young daughter again. Eventually, he let her go. "I remember saying I was sorry as I felt that I did something wrong and I wanted to reassure him that I wouldn't tell anyone so he wouldn't hurt me again," she testified. She said she then let him do what he wanted and he had sex with her. A paramedic who examined Han the next day testified that she had never before seen someone with that intensity of bruising. A doctor told jurors Han had multiple injuries. Han said the trauma of the attack had left her unable to work as a hairdresser. She fell behind on her mortgage and had to move out of her house. Police investigated the woman's complaint, but prosecutors declined to bring charges, saying there was insufficient evidence and the conviction was unlikely. McGregor, in his post on X, said he was disappointed jurors didn't see the evidence prosecutors have reviewed. He testified that he had 2 athletic and vigorous sex. So basically he was saying that the sex was slightly not normal. It was athletic, it was rough. And so that is what he's saying. He said it was vigorous, athletic, but correction, it was not rough. He said she never said no or stopped and testified that everything she said was a lie. It was a full-blown lie among many lies, he said, when asked about the chokehold allegation. How anyone could believe that me, as a prideful person, would highlight my shortcomings. McGregor's lawyer told jurors that he had to set aside their animus toward the fighter. "You may have an active dislike of him. Some of you may even loathe him. There is no point in pretending that the situation might be otherwise," the attorney said. I'm not asking you to invite him to Sunday brunch." The defense said the woman never told investigators McGregor threatened her life. They also showed surveillance video in court that they said appeared to show the woman kiss McGregor's arm and hug him after they left the hotel room. Farrell said she looked happy, happy, happy. McGregor said he was beyond petrified when first questioned by police and read them a prepared statement. On the advice of his lawyer, he refused to answer more than 100 follow-up questions. The jury ruled against Han in a case she brought against one of McGregor's friends, James Lawrence, whom she accused of having sex with her in a hotel without consent. So, that's the first part of what I'm reading, basically breaking down the court case. Now, the second part of what I'm going to get into is Conor McGregor breaks silence on the sexual assault trial. I should have shut the party down. Conor McGregor has expressed his regret, but it's seemingly not to the alleged victim who accused him of rape. So on Friday, the former UFC featherweight and lightweight champion was found liable after jury and civil case in Dublin, Ireland determined the sexual assault against Han, like I just read. In comments posted on X, McGregor maintained his innocence, claiming he wishes to appeal the jury's decision and awarded Han around $257,000 for her lawsuit. "People want to hear from me. I needed time. I know I made mistakes," McGregor wrote. 6 years ago, I should have never responded to her outreaches. I should have shut the party down. I should have never stepped out on the woman I love the most in the world. That's all on me. As much as I regret it, everything that happened that night was consensual and all the witness present swore to that under oath. I have instructed my legal team to appeal the decision. I can't go back and I will move forward. I am beyond grateful to my family, friends, and supporters all over the world who have stood by my side. That's it. No more. Getting back to the gym. The fight game awaits. Like I said earlier, Han claimed McGregor brutally raped and battered her and even threatened her life in a chokehold, leaving her heavily bruised. He let me go, and I remember saying I was sorry, like I read earlier. The reason I bring that up is because McGregor goes back after the case and he breaks his silence. Now, could it be in because of this, which is what I'm getting ready to read now? Basically, two companies have dropped McGregor after the civil jury ruled in his favor, against him. So, two companies have cut ties with Conor McGregor, and the civil court jury in Ireland ruled last week. Proximo Spirit, the owner of the Irish whiskey brand Proper 12, which is what he's famously known for. He's got his commercials. That's making him a lot of money. So for them to cut ties, he's losing out. So will no longer feature McGregor's name or image on the drink. Going forward, we do not plan to use Mr. McGregor's name and likeness in the marketing of the brand, the company told the Irish Independent newspaper. Video game developer IO Interactive also ends its collaboration with McGregor, who had played the role of a fighter in the game Hitman. In light of the recent court ruling regarding Conor McGregor, IO Interactive has made the decision to cease its collaboration with the athlete effective immediately. So basically, kind of giving you insight of what normally happens with these athletes. Even entertainers such as Jonathan Majors, once they get into a trouble, whether convicted, not convicted, whether it's civil court or criminal court, normally people who are endorsing you cut ties. So I'll keep you updated with what's going on in the case. If anything else comes forward, please share the video, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Enjoy your holiday, guys. Peace.